In this tutorial I will be showing you how to do this beautiful corner to corner granny stitch. It is a stitch that I've used a while ago, but I haven't used it for quite a while. But I was looking back at old photos the other day and thought I should probably do a tutorial because it is a really beautiful stitch to work up. So obviously I've just done a small square here simply for my sample piece, but you can use this pattern to create a blanket that is literally as big as you want it to be. You could do a whole bed size blanket, but as with the normal corner to corner patterns, this one does work up as a square. There is a way to do it as a rectangle and I will show you that in a later video, but this one is to make the corner to corner granny square. And if this is the first time that you have visited my channel, then just click that subscribe button now so that you stay up to date with all of my upcoming weekly tutorials. So to start off with, we want to start with a slip knot, and as always, if you're not sure how to do that, then just check out my beginner series. So we want to start with a chain 4, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to turn this now into a little ring, and to do that you want to insert your hook into that first chain and slip stitch, so yarn over and pull through both of those loops, and that now will give you a little ring here to work your next stitches into. We want to chain 3, 2 and 3, and then into that center ring we're going to do a granny stitch. So whenever I say a granny stitch, I simply mean 3 treble crochets. So remember, that's UK treble, US double. So yarn over, insert into that center ring, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1 treble. You want to do 2 more in that ring, so number 2 and a 3rd. So we've got our chain 3, which counts as a treble but on its own. We've then got our group of 3 trebles, and then we're going to do 1 more treble into that space, but that will not count as part of our granny stitch. So that is how you should be looking at the moment. So that is your first row completed. We're going to move on now and we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now I don't like any stitches in between my granny clusters, hence why I'm only chaining 3. So I've done my chain 3, and you can see we've got our final treble from the previous row just here, and then we've got our cluster of 3 stitches and then our chain stitch. So in between our final treble from the previous row and the cluster of 3 trebles, so in that space between those stitches, you're not going into the tops of stitches, you're going in the spaces in between. So in between we're going to do a new granny stitch, so we're going to do 3 trebles all into that same space. That's 1, 2, and 3. So that's a chain 3 now, and then we've got our granny stitch in between those trebles. We're now going to skip over the set of 3 trebles here, and in between our final treble and that chain we're going to do another granny stitch, so 3 trebles all into that space. We're then going to do another treble in that space, but remember it's never going to count as a granny part of the granny stitch. It is completely on its own. So that is your second row completed. Again, chain 3, and we're going to turn. And this next row now is going to be the row that you will just repeat over and over again. So you're going to do a granny stitch, so 3 trebles in between that chain from the previous row and the first granny stitch, which is here. So in that space you will do your 3 trebles. 1, 2 and 3. Again, you're going to jump over the granny stitch, and in the space here you will do another set of 3 trebles. Oops. 1, 2 and 3. And again, now you're going to do one final granny stitch in between these 2 end trebles. So you'll have your 3 trebles and then your chain. So in that space before the chain, you would do your 3 trebles for your granny stitch. That's 3, and then 1 more treble into that space. But remember, it will never count as a granny stitch, but make sure you always do that final 4th treble, otherwise you won't have any spaces to work into on your next row. Again, chain 3 and turn, and in this very first space just here you will do a granny stitch, so your 3 trebles. And again, skip to your next space and do your 3 trebles. And skip across to your next space, do your 3 trebles. And again, skip those 3 trebles and do your final granny stitch in between those stitches at the end. 2, 3, and as always, make sure you do a 4th treble in that final space. So that is how you should be looking after, how many rows have I done? 1, 2, I've done 4 rows here. And that is how you should be looking. So it should be a nice rectangular shape with your square edges, and that very first granny stitch that we did is your corner section. So you will work up this pattern in the exact same row, in the exact same way, by completing all of these granny stitches. So if you want to rewind and watch that last row again, you're literally going to repeat that pattern over and over again until your project is as wide as you want it to be. Now obviously, because we're working from corner to corner here, the width will be along one of these, either one of these edges here. It won't be your long edge, it will be one of the edges from the corner here. So you'll work up your width, and obviously this is a square pattern. So once you get to your desired width, then we start the decrease, it will turn into a square. Now you could do little squares, which would be very sweet and a very nice variation on a normal granny square, and you could have lots of little ones which you then obviously stitch together, or you could change colours and have a half and half, or you could change colours every row if you wanted. If you wanted to have like a rainbow effect, that would look very nice as well. And you would simply change colour on the final, that 4th treble of each row. When you got to the point where you had your 2 loops, you would grab your new yarn and pull it through those final 2 loops and work up from there. So it's very easy to change colours, but again I will link my colour change tutorial in the description. So you're just going to repeat that row now over and over and over again, and then I will meet you in just a minute for when you are ready to start your decrease. So I'm just doing quite a small square obviously for a sample piece, but the point that I'm at here would be a really nice size for a granny square if you were making lots of small ones to sew together. So I've actually done 10 rows on the increase here, So as I say, this will be a really nice size for a smaller granny square, but obviously you just keep going until you get to the size that you want. So when it comes to starting the decrease, you will chain 3 at the end as normal, and then you will turn. However, instead of working our first granny stitch into the space in between these very first trebles here, you will skip straight across to this first space in between your granny stitches. So you'll go straight across into that space. So you won't work that first set as normal. So you'll do your 3 trebles in that space. And you can see it pulls down that section. So this now will be our new corner for working back down. And then you'll carry on going the rest of the way as normal, just doing all of your granny stitches. So if you want to do that, and then I will meet you when you get towards the end. So before you get to your final stitches here, I will meet you there in a sec. So I'm just getting towards the end of that row, and I've got 1 space left here between these 2 final granny stitches. So I will complete my 3 stitches in there as normal. And now again, instead of working into that end space between our granny stitches and that chain, we're simply going to do 1 treble into that space instead. So we're not going to do the granny stitch, we're literally just going to do an ordinary treble on its own. And again, that will pull across now and form our next, the corner at the other side. As you can see, it's starting to straighten off that way. So we'll do 1 more decrease row with you now, and then I will leave you until you get towards the very end. So again, chain 3 and turn, and just as the last row, instead of working into any stitches here, you're going to go straight into that first space. So you're going to ignore these spaces here and go straight in between your sets of granny stitches. And again, you will do your normal 3 trebles. And then you'll continue working all the way along, and I will meet you one last time in between these last 2 treble stitches. I've got these final 2 sets of the granny stitches, and don't be confused by this final big gap here. That isn't the space that you're looking for right now. Your final set of granny stitches needs to be worked in between these 2 sets of stitches. So you'll do your normal granny stitch, and then again, after your final granny stitches from the previous row, you will simply do 1 treble into that space. And you can see it's starting to pull the work across now to create your next straight edge. So if you want to rewind now and watch those last 2 rows again for your decrease, and then I will meet you again when we get towards the very end, and I will show you how to finish off that final corner. So I am pretty much at the other side now. I've just in my last row had 2 granny stitches, and I've done my final treble into that end space as normal. And to finish off, you will chain 3 and turn, and then you will work your final granny stitch in between those 2 sets of trebles. 2, 3. And then you will do a treble into that end space as normal, and then you will chain 3, and again I'm going to turn, and to finish off this very final corner you will simply skip across that final granny stitch you've got there, insert your hook into that chain space and slip stitch, so yarn over and pull through both. Do a little chain 1 and to snip off, and then obviously pull that out to tighten off, and that will create just your little corner space just here. So that now is my completed corner to corner granny square. As I say, that one is a really nice size to sew lots of small ones together to make a larger blanket, but obviously you can keep going to make it absolutely any size that you like. I've also done a slightly smaller one here. So again, this is another lovely size for a smaller blanket. And this one I did 7 rows and then I started my decrease. So this one was done with 10 rows and then starting the decrease. And this one I did 7 rows and then started the decrease. So obviously there's a very obvious size difference there. But you could make just an absolutely massive one and just keep going and going and it would look really, really beautiful. But that is it for the corner to corner granny stitch. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and I will see you for another tutorial very soon. Bye for now.